Good evening. Welcome to the September 18, 2025 Palo Alto Public Art Commission meeting. Like to call the meeting to order. Let's start with roll call. Vice Chair Waltuck,
Here.
Commissioner Miyagi,
Here.
Commissioner Gordon,
Present.
Commissioner Smith,
Present.
Commissioner Stern,
Present.
Commissioner De La Garza,
Here.
and I'm here. Do we have any agenda changes, additions, and or deletions?
There are none.
Do we have any public comments?
No members of the public in the audience.
All right, I guess first action is the approval of minutes. Do I have a motion for to approve the June 19, 2025 meeting minutes?
I move to approve the June 19th, 2025 minute.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call. Vice Chair Waltuck,
Yes.
Commissioner Miyagi,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Stern,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Garza.
Yes.
All right, so minutes approved. Do we have any city official comments?
We do. We have a few. Do we have slides for these? Nadia's always so good with the eye candy. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have some upcoming workshops with our artist in residence, Kiana Honormond. So here you can see there's multiple dates. And so people are asked to bring in photographs or images or Xeroxes of images. And she will teach a photo weaving class and really get into some discussion about home and belonging. We have also partnered with the Palo Alto Museum to arrange a brief tour of the Arnatov frescoes. So that will be Wednesday, October 1st at 10 a.m. There is, you can see there's a QR code there. There's an Eventbrite, space is limited and it's filling up quite quickly. So, so we're excited about that. It's a kind of a trial run for us in the museum, see what works, what doesn't work. But we're excited about that. And then last but definitely not least, we have 3 seats coming up on the Public Art Commission. And so there is a recruitment. And so if you all know of good candidates out there, please pass it along. And we are sad to see our commissioners retiring out. So, but you're still serving until they find replacements. So at least through October, through Code Art at least. And I think that was it.
Fantastic. Okay, let's move on to the action items. The first action item is the Roth Building fresco. So
Nadia's going to take this one.
Good evening. Very excited to present this item. As you recall, a few months ago, I believe December, staff came to the commission to report on the conclusion of the phase 1 fresco restoration project. And if you recall, that project was really focused on the comprehensive restoration of the multicolor fresco panels in the upper register, and also further in-depth analysis both on-site and off-site in the labs in Italy, in Los Angeles, to understand better the nature of the challenges in hand for the grisaille frescoes and the Seppi medallions. So that project was partially funded by a grant that the city received from the County of Santa Clara Historic Heritage Commission. And we were successful to utilize the funding and completely close out that grant and get reimbursed. And so here, this is sort of the slide of the fresco panels as they look currently after the completion of that restoration phase. Well, going forward, recently, I guess in June, the County of Santa Clara announced another opportunity for grant applications, and staff attended an intake meeting with the admin staff and realized that their historic heritage grant would be really great fit to help us fund the second phase of this very important restoration project. So this second phase would really focus on the restoration of 8 grisaille panels. As you may recall from our previous report, they're in a much sort of more fragile and complicated state. We had preliminary conversations with our amazing team of conservators. They confirmed that they're indeed on board and available and would be really interested in working with us on this project, and provided a detailed treatment proposal and estimated budget. So with that information in hand, currently we would like to proceed with that grant application, and for the next steps, just for some logistics, the submission deadline for that grant application would be October 23rd. Of course, we have code art coming up on October 16th, so we would like to actually submit that application a few weeks earlier. That treatment, as I said, would be really focused on the restoration of the grisaille panels and sepia medallions. If awarded, that project would need to take place in 2027, because pretty much the entire year of 2026 is that how long it takes to make that decision and get the grant awarded and accepted by the city. The estimated budget for that project is around $235,000. So with that, we would like to recommend that Public Art Commission today approve staff to proceed with the grant application for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. I just have a quick question. So just so I understand, so thank you for the material that you prepared. So phase 1, we were able to receive a grant of $105,000.
Correct.
And that cover phase 1.
Yes, that first grant program was slightly different. It was a one-time only grant program, and some of the conditions for that grant, first of all, it was match. There was a match requirement. For this grant funding would cover the entire ask, and it doesn't require a match.
Okay.
But it works on the reimbursement basis.
Got it. Got it. So when I looked at the material and it said the city will bring forward any necessary budget amendment for city council review through the annual budget process to recognize expense and offset revenue, and the city intends to fund the grant project out of the Roth Building CIP. So is this just a sort of advance and then reimbursement process?
So the city identified available funds in an existing CIP fund for Roth. In our conversation with our colleagues from administrative services, we got a confirmation that would be able to utilize this fund to, fund the works. And then once the project is completed and we submit the final reimbursement packet for the admin team, that's when essentially they reimburse us and the funds go back to the city. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So if we don't get the grant, do we have permission to use this money or not?
I think that's a later question.
Okay.
We're just going to proceed hoping we get the grant. But yes, if we are successful, there will need to be a council action to transfer funds into that CIP so that we can fund it. And then we would get reimbursed through the grant.
Okay. So we're not entertaining the possibility at this moment that we might not get the grant.
We are very optimistic.
Okay, that's great.
Well, the thing is, when I'm looking at the timing, it says the application is this year, and then the project won't take place until 2 years, or at least, until 2027. So we would know about whether or not the grant has been approved prior to the commencement of the project, right?
Yes, and we would know in time for that budget cycle to make that transfer.
Yeah, we should know by the end of year 2026.
But that's the reason that it's laid out this way, is because it's a year process of assessment and evaluation for the
Correct.
grantors. Okay.
I move that we give staff permission to write the grant and submit it by the deadline, which is October 23rd, 2025. Thank you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Okay. All right. So roll call, Commissioner Waltuck,
Yes.
Commissioner Miyagi,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Stern,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Garza.
Yes.
And yes, for me as well. Thank you. All right. Next action item, the accession of artwork related to the conversation.
Yes, thank you. So this item is to open the de-accession evaluation period for conversation. So to be clear, this isn't the final action to de-accession. This simply opens the evaluation period where the artist is officially notified. We put a notice out to the public and gather any public feedback and whatnot before it comes back to the commission to take final action. So let's go to the next slide. So just a little walk through memory lane, and for some of you, this is new. So in 2014, the entire City Hall lobby was completely renovated. And part of the vision for that was creating this bank of monitors up front. And it created this opportunity to commission a new media artwork that could also be displayed on that bank of monitors. We had an open call for artists. We had 107 applicants. The selection panel chose, I think, 5 finalists who created conceptual proposals. They recommended the commission approve Narduli, which they did. And then council approved the contract at the end of 2014. In early 2015, the artist began the community engagement process and detailed design, traveling here to Palo Alto, engaging with the public, engaging with staff. The nature of the project, as you'll see in a moment, is very interactive. And so there were lots of things to think through as far as IT and freedom of speech and what was government speech versus what was the artwork. The final concept was approved in 2015 by the commission. And so then we entered the detailed design phase. In 2016, it was installed literally the first few days of 2016. And you'll see a video of it in just a moment. In 2017, it was actually recognized by Americans for the Arts as one of the most ambitious artworks of the year before, which was really wonderful to get that kind of notoriety. However, you know, it is important to note that there were maintenance and upgrade issues that went on throughout, as happens with new media artworks. And we've worked in partnership with Narduli Studio and the IT team throughout this whole thing. So just to give you a little bit of a map of how this artwork functions, there's the wall there. And could you pause it for just a second? I just want to do this first. There's the video wall there, and there are two separate computers. So one, what you see right now, is the city computer that shows city notices and whatnot. And then there was a separate computer supplied by the artist that has the artwork on it that showed the piece you're going to see here that was interactive. And there's a toggle back in that server room. And so we switched it on a regular basis between the two. I could do it from my desk, but yes, there was a control switch. So, you know, certain days it did city content and other days it was in art mode. So this is the artwork. Conversation, it pulled feeds. The green bubbles were local, so it was from Palo Alto Online. National was the New York Times, and the lavender ones were global, so they pulled from the BBC. Over time, you know, originally it was pulling from Twitter feeds, and then we had to change that. And, you know, then there would be an upgrade to Adobe Flash or something to that effect. So there were challenges that required patches to the artwork, but there were also challenges with the connectivity of the actual monitors to that server room. So occasionally we would turn it on art wall mode, and two of the monitors would be out of scale, or they were darker, or they wouldn't turn on. And as time went on, those became a little more problematic. So let's play the video so you get a sense of how the piece flowed. All the backgrounds are different abstractions that the studio created of Palo Alto, and each of those screens had a different behavior. So each of the screens would behave differently as far as how they moved and interacted with one another, and how they responded when the community added their piece to the conversation, either through the kiosk, online, or on their phone. And you could submit images via Twitter as well. So these images here that are the little bubbles, those are things that people submitted. The perfectly round ones are news items that were pulled from the feeds.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So this iteration of the piece no longer is functional, this iteration.
We can no longer get it to function the way it was intended. The piece, because it is specialized programming and software. And as we've had to do ongoing patches to fix different issues as we've moved forward, you know, the studio told us it's becoming increasingly unstable as we continue to do this. So we really can't get it back to the functionality that it was. And even if we could, it's not going to fix the challenges that we have with the actual infrastructure of the monitors and their connections here. So it's an incredible artwork. When we commissioned it, we anticipated it would have a 10-year lifespan. So we had that conversation during the contract phase, you know, what's really feasible for us to be able to keep up with. And we thought it was 10 years, and we're knocking right up on it. So I also want to be very clear, because there is some misinformation floating out there about how much has been spent on maintenance over the past 10 years. It's about $20,644, not including staff time. There was a much larger number that was floated out there, but that also included the original commission amount, which was $174,477. So that was the original amount for Narduli Studio to come out, do community engagement, create the artwork, program the artwork, buy the equipment, come install it, troubleshoot it, all of that. So should the commission choose to open the deaccession evaluation process this evening, here is the timeline and the implications. So we would move ahead with official notification of the initiation of this evaluation process for the artist. So the artist is aware that we are bringing this forward to the commission and that it is our intent to consider deaccessioning the artwork. She understands that. But it is a legal process, so we do have to go through the legal hoops to do that. In December or January, we would come back to the Public Art Commission with a formal recommendation regarding the deaccession of the artwork. And then January through about March, that's when the artwork would be disconnected, and we would have discussions with the artist about the return or what happens to the actual computer unit. And another piece that has caused some confusion is the monitors will remain at City Hall. We are not tearing the monitors out. It will continue to look like this. So the city computer remains in place and the monitors remain in place. Those were installed as part of the City Hall renovation project. So with that, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of
Yeah.
questions. First, I'm curious how the artist feels about the idea of it going away, being deascended.
Susan's been really great about it. We've spent a lot of time together with multiple challenges on this thing and trying to keep conversation going. So she's very wide-eyed about it. She's fine with it. Deaccession is never easy. It does hurt a little. I get that, but we've been in constant dialogue about this. There's not any animosity or anything like that.
And my other question would be, is there a possibility to commission another media artwork to go there that's perhaps a little less technologically challenging?
I would wait to see what the decision is to do with the City Hall wall, because at this point, I wouldn't trust investing money in an artwork to show on that platform.
I have a question related to that, which
Yeah.
is, if the kind of software eventually became antiquated and less usable and less functional, what about the hardware? Like if these monitors are 10 years old, what's their lifespan and how are we coming up against that vis-a-vis maintenance or anything else?
Right. So again, those aren't public art's responsibility, but we have noticed there are challenges with it. They did look for a couple of new monitors a couple years ago, found one on eBay. But there's going to be an end of runway on that thing.
Right.
And I can't tell you what it is, but those monitors are 10 years old and they've been on a long time.
And resolution and, compatibility. I mean, there's so many issues.
The colors, all
Yeah.
of those things. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just for clarification, so you said original design was we basically split the time between showing content that's related to city matters, and then also some days we would show this artwork.
That's right.
And so now that the computer related to the artwork hasn't been functioning for a while, has it been essentially, have we actually just been showing the city related content? And if so, how long has it been?
It's been off and on, depending on when there's a challenge with the computer, we go to city content until we're able to fix it on the back end. And then we'd get it up and running again, and it would work for a period of weeks, and then there would be another challenge. So it's been off and on, but I would say we probably haven't shown the artwork for a couple of months at least.
Got it. And so so this time around, the disconnect or disconnection has happened, and it's been several weeks. And we've been showing city-related content. Has anyone said anything about where's the conversation?
Actually, no. We did have a couple of tours that came in, what was that, 6 months or a year ago? And at that time, we were able to get it up and running, and that was great. And then we had some challenges with it shortly thereafter.
So when it's not working, we're still able to show, and I keep pointing to the screen. We don't ever have to show the screens vacant, essentially, or in black. It always has the city-related content on.
Yes, generally it has city content on full-time now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
You know, this has had a good long run. I remember when it first went in, and unfortunately with tech, it just gets obsolete. And, you know, your TV's at home, you know, hanging on the wall there after 3 or 4 or 5 years, you may think about getting a new one. It's had, like I said, it's had a good long run. I think the computer is a problem, and you know, it's what, 10 years old. And so, you know, and unfortunately with tech, as soon as you get it, it's obsolete. So, but I'm glad that the screens are staying there. So there's going to be at least some use out of it for that. But it, like I said, it's had a good long run, and you know, I think it's time now to replace it with something else.
Mhm.
Do you have any other questions or comments? If not, do I have a motion to start the de-accession process for the conversation?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna vote. Vice Chair Waltuck,
Yes.
Commissioner Miyagi,
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Stern,
Yes.
Commissioner De La Garza,
Yes.
and yes for me as well. All right. Non-action item, Code R 2025.
Okay, now for something a little happier and exciting. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go to the website. So Denise has done an amazing job upgrading our Code Art website, and there are some video clips and more information there. So as we get near the event, and those of you who are doing tours, there's a lot of great information here. And so if you come down, you can see here are 3 projection mapping artists. And then below that are the urban interventions, and then we'll open one in a minute. So here you've got more site-specific renderings of what we have, including on the lower right, our public programming, and we've got Dolores Soros featured there, but we're also having the silent disco and the list of performing artists who are coming every night, including on the closing night, we have the youth robotics team coming.
So it says every night, which group is which night. Okay.
So that'll be there. And then, of course, here's our map and information on previous events. So can we get one of the videos to go?
Also, I noticed that the performers are from 6 to, wait, it's an hour now as opposed to half hour.
Yes, some of them don't want a full hour. So it's been quite the jigsaw puzzle. And again, kudos to Denise for taking the lead on wrangling all of that. Now, we may not have the sound. So we have videos for most of, that one's Lytton Plaza.
Yeah.
Which is where our information table will be this year too, and where we're gonna start tours. And then we do have some videos, maybe we can get one of the.
Did he say that we could jump on the Grove Art?
He
That's what I-
said people tend to want to throw themselves into it.
The one that was in the before, everybody was jumping. Was very jumpy. So can we share the link to this site? Like for Stanford, it's on the list of events and everything, but we should put this link in there, right?
Yeah, it's on our public art,
okay,
yeah,
so I'm just
page.
gonna link to here, right?
Mm-hmm. So there's some teasers of small snippets of.
So when businesses go to this QR code, will it take them to this page?
It takes them to the code art page, yes. Yeah. Do one more.
Des projets très différents les uns des autres. Ça peut aller de projections architecturales à des projections immersives. Mais je fais également
stylistically, all three of the projection artists are completely different. Yeah, so anyway, you can spend some time and look at the other videos on there at your own pace.
Did he supply that video to us? Or did Denise with them? Apologies. Did Monsieur Nom, what is his name? Yeah, Yannick. Did he supply that video or did Denise make that?
No, it's part of our promotion team that we have. So they put these videos together.
And then will all three artists be played like back to back? Like they'll be.
There's a brief countdown between each one.
Okay.
So you'll see a countdown timer between each project as it goes up. Okay, so that's exciting. And then we also brought, we have some eye candy. We also brought a copy of the sign up sheet that Denise had circulated previously. If y'all want to sign up, you can pass that around and add your name. I think some of you are already on there. So there's that. And then we were also, some of the ad hoc committee has already been hard at work going around downtown. Thank you so much. With these partner with CodeArt flyers, which we also have a digital version. But basically, we're trying to approach downtown businesses and say, you know, is there something special you can offer? We're not asking for something free, but maybe there's a special CodeArt appetizer or cocktail or something that could be offered during that time and that we would promote it. So we would promote it online and also at our information kiosks, we would have information about where these CodeArt specials are taking place. And we would put one of these out on the sidewalk in front of their business. So as people are walking by, they know something special is happening in there. Maybe you want to stop and check it out. So, so we have that happening. And we have several corridors that have already been pretty well covered. But there are a couple more. We were wondering if anyone wanted to sign up and try and hit those businesses. That would be a big help too. So in particular, what stood out to me was looking at University between Emerson and High Street. And then Hamilton Avenue, but not Zola because we're already in touch with Zola. But a lot of the businesses just here right adjacent. It would be great if a commissioner or two wanted to take some of those approaches and asks on. And again, here's some of the materials if you want to pass those around and have a look at what that ask looks like. And then it's a sneak peek of the flyers that generally we give out during the event with the map of the installations and information there. So some of the volunteer jobs that we will have during the event are passing these out to people who would prefer to have a piece of paper rather than looking at their phone to try and navigate the installations. So I thought we could pass a few of those out so you all can see those too. And we have some businesses that have already come forward saying that they're going to offer special items. So that's exciting. We're hoping to get that answer from them by October 1st. So we have time to get it up on our website, get something printed, make sure we have enough of these decals. So we're not doing it last minute because we have lots of other last minute items that we're focused on. So with that, are there any questions, comments, volunteers?
Definitely do one of these corridors. Oh, sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to walk either University or Hamilton Avenue. I have limited time to do that because I'm here Monday and then gone until October 1st. So that's
Oh, okay.
tough, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm not sure October 1st gives us a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
to do that, but I can obviously start this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be happy to do that. And
Okay.
and just
Do you have a?
being armed with these
Mhm.
for managers. So thank you. Why don't
Which
if
do you want to take on? Or do you want to look and get back to me?
no, I think we should just decide now,
Okay.
don't you?
Okay.
Since I'll probably start tomorrow. Why don't I just take university?
Between
Be doing
Emerson and
Emerson and High.
Okay, yeah, because Emerson going the other way was covered.
Okay. So just University Avenue between Emerson and High.
Mhm.
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Okay, so they're taking areas that, so we had
That you
provided
didn't cover.
Yeah,
According
okay.
to your map. So you had done university going the other way, pretty far, it seemed like. And so, yeah, university just doing like from Emerson to High Street
Yeah.
was not covered. So Lauren's going to take that one.
Okay.
And then Hamilton Avenue, it didn't look like that was covered, like the, the Curry Place here
We
and
didn't, yeah.
there's not a ton. There's
We also didn't get the
There's-
patio.
there's the Mexican place down here too.
No, we didn't.
Reposado and the smaller one, San August. There's some
We did
businesses that might be
Reposado,
interested.
but we did not hit
Oh, you
the
did?
patio. Reposado sounded
The
really
other-
interested.
Okay.
But yeah, once again, it's, we didn't get, and if we talked to a manager, we didn't get their contact information to
Mhm.
follow up. So,
So Reposado, it sounds like was approached, but maybe a follow-up. And if you want to look official, you could wear your sticker when you go out. Yeah, great.
it was helpful to have this, and I felt like the little map also to be able to show them where the art installations were.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like all of the different info was really helpful. And then even being able to connect them with the website so that they really understood what's taking place, because some of them remembered code art, but some of them had no clue.
I have to say that we had a lot of positive feedback
Mhm.
and people were really enthusiastic. So that was great.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Oh, and I did speak to one of the hairdressers at Jute today.
Uh-huh.
And so the manager is going to be out of town, but she said that if she could recruit people to work later, because they close at 6. My hairdresser now, who knows if this will really happen, but she was like, oh, I would love to put like glittery things in people's hair. So she said,
Right, the little glitter
so
extension thing.
even if it's just like an hour, like, from like 6 to 7 or whatever, I was like.
Or one night.
Yeah.
That's fine, because we also have other community partners who are doing things like Qualia Gallery is going to host a jazz concert on Friday night in the gallery. Pamela Walsh is talking about having an artist talk one of those nights. So, there's all different kinds of ways that people are partnering in. So it's great. Yeah.
Was Pacific Art League going to participate in any way?
We've been playing some phone tag lately, but yes, I am in touch with them.
All right. Next item, do we have any public letters?
There were a couple in the packet.
Do we need to discuss them?
Okay. All right. So next item, do we have any commissioner questions, comments, or announcements?
Yes, Senya, I do. I think this is probably going to be the last meeting for at least 2 of us because we have code art during the next one. I just want to say it's been an honor serving with everyone. And the greatest staff that we have with Elise and Nadia and Denise and Amanda. So I think a lot of good work has been done over the years, and we just need to keep going.
Thank you, Ben. You're not gone yet.
Well, I think it's premature, but thank you for both of your wonderful service.
Proclamations will definitely be in order.
Yeah, I can't say goodbye yet. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Code Art, but I think you're right, Ben. It's been such a wonderful, this commission has been a really wonderful opportunity for me to explore art and be out in the community. And absolutely, the staff is the best. You guys have the most enthusiasm, and you really do such a professional job and bring such fine art to our public. So thank you very much. I've been just honored to serve with you guys. So thank you. And this commission is really great. You guys are going to do wonderful things. I can't wait to watch. Thanks.
Anything else? Meeting adjourned.